Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, April 16th, 2014. Well, the stakes in the Ukraine have now been raised. The NATO Secretary General announced that they have decided on a series of immediate steps to bolster military forces in Eastern Europe. According to the NATO Secretary General Anders Rasmussen, you will see deployments at sea, in the air, on land to take place immediately. That means within days. Fighter aircraft will fly more sorties over the Baltic region. Troops will deploy to the eastern parts of Europe. Ships will deploy to the Baltic Sea and Eastern Mediterranean, and Allied military staff will be sent out to improve NATO's preparedness. The announcement comes just hours after pro-Russian separatists seized 5 armored personnel carriers from the Ukrainian army, which they then proceeded to drive on a victory lap through the center of a town in the eastern part of the Ukraine and into the nearby town of Slavyansk. Hovering over the whole scene were 2 Ukrainian military helicopters, which made no effort to try to wrest back control of either the stolen military equipment or the towns. Meanwhile, Russia's economy minister said that growth in Russia slowed to 0.8% in the first quarter. The government had been predicting and projecting a 2.5% growth rate for the quarter. The economy minister told Parliament that the situation had worsened because of, quote, the acute international situation of the past 2 months, as well as serious capital flight. More capital left the country in the first 3 months of 2014 than in all of 2013. Nearly 300 people remain missing today after a ferry named the Seawol, S-E-W-O-L, in South Korea sank. The ferry had been carrying 459 people, mainly high school students, off South Korea's southern coast. They had been heading to a tourist island of Jeju. Apparently, at this point, about 90% of the ferry is submerged, and the rescue workers are trying to get inside it to see if anybody remains alive. One of the most prominent reinsurance brokers in the Middle East, called Chedid Re, has gained support from Partner Re for a managing general agency. The MGA will write a wide range of financial lines insurance in the region. Of course, the Middle East is a target for Lloyd's as well as most of the international reinsurance community. The long-term agreement between Partner Re Wholesale and Chedid Re includes a number of lines of business, including PI, single project, commercial PI annual cover, and D&O insurance for commercial and financial institutions. The regions covered include the Middle East, Turkey, Greece, and Cyprus. Chedid Re places retro treaty and facultative business across the Middle East and North Africa region and Europe, and it also has offices in Beirut, Dubai, Cyprus, and in Saudi Arabia. Commenting on the deal with Partner Re, the broker's chairman and CEO and founder, Farid Chedid, said, "We bring to the region the capacity now of one of the largest and most solid reinsurers in the world." He indeed does, and our congratulations to Farid and his team at Chedid Re. Richard Brindle, one of the founders of Lancashire Holdings, Lancashire Re, the group's chief executive, has indicated that he is going to retire from the group as well as a director. He's going to be replaced by Alex Maloney. Mr. Brindle, who is well known for his 2 dogs that he seems to bring to all of his offices and business meetings, in fact, said, "I have piloted the company through its design, creation, launch, establishment as a major player in its sector, business success, delivery of tremendous results to shareholders, and ability to operate nimbly and intelligently in markets both hard and soft." Adrian Brown, who has been with RSA for many years, Royal Sun Alliance, has announced that he is leaving. He's currently the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of RSA Insurance UK and Western Europe. He's going to join Arthur J. Gallagher. Brown is stepping down due to commitment issues within RSA's business plan. He's going to become the Executive Chairman of Underwriting and Distribution at Arthur J. Gallagher once he's released from his RSA obligations. 48 people have been killed in a bus crash in Togo in Western Africa. The crash happened before dawn about 100 miles north of the capital of Lomé as a bus carrying passengers to Lomé collided with a truck. And the situation economically in China is always interesting to watch. Thousands of workers at a gigantic Chinese shoe factory have been on strike now for about 2 weeks. The industrial unrest at the UN Industrial Holdings facility now stretches to 2 weeks. It sparks sporadic scuffles with police. According to the spokesperson for the workers, the factory has been tricking us for 10 years. The government, the Labor Bureau, the Social Security Bureau, and the company were all tricking us together. A spokesman for the company said, "We make shoes for the likes of Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Asics, and Converse. Our market capitalization is about $5.6 billion. They have agreed to an improved social benefit plan. The workers have ignored it and remain out on strike. They're not going back to work." Meanwhile, economic growth in China was reported to have slowed today. The economy grew by 7.4% over a year earlier, down from the previous quarter 7.7%. It's always a difficulty when you begin to produce more products and you begin to develop a middle class. The people producing those products want higher salaries. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.